Falcon Daisies. Quite a lot of farm needed by Falcon Daisies, but NAVI with this chip is the
PH one step closer to surviving here, or will it be stopped in its tracks in game one against Falcon Daisies, bringing a lineup we've seen before? And I don't know, I think that's the main question here, Leo. Is this too much experimentation from NAVI, PH?
I don't think so. I'm okay with the Masha, actually. There's room in this current metagame for a Masha to actually succeed. Because I'm looking at Falcon's draft, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
3 of them can actually get popped. One quick thunderclap combo out of Naayanaami's Masha, and that could be it. And that doesn't even change late game.
Yeah.
That at any point, as long as she builds her items, the Suyo and Star Soy, Afu's Gourd, Kiko's Claw, they can all die in a single thunderclap.
Yeah, the Gourd especially, man. I mean...
Oh! Here we go, Mirai gets sandwiched by 3. Flickers back. Rain to the rescue. NAVI saves himself from first blood.
A little scary there, man. I mean, I had flashbacks of yesterday. I'm sure Mirai did too. But nonetheless, she's going to be able to survive. Did have to go ahead and burn the flicker, but still, I think when we talk about Chip and how much of a value this hero brings to, you know, a game, it's very similar, right, to what we saw with the Luoyi in the previous matchup. In this sense, it's, you know, Chip, he's still able to go ahead and move around himself quite a bit. Mirai could also just send the team, you know, to a fight or an objective on the whim if they want to, utilizing the shortcut. But also, Chip surprisingly does a decent amount of damage too, especially with the concussive blast here. So this first objective will be the focus for both teams.
Mirai, once again, the target here, very low, gets taken down. Afu draws first blood.
That's unfortunate. Mirai knows that she didn't have that flicker available, but they potentially could have set something up in the mid, and unfortunately they just got kind of outgunned for that first blood go in the hands of Falcon Daisies. So, and that also went over to the Gourd, right? That early kill, get some early scalability going on here on the Gourd. That's something that's going to be cause of caution for NAVI. Now first turtle is up. Star Soya has this on the backside. Again, we're on broken walls, so turtle here on the backside further. Not Ayana, he's going to go forward though.
Finds the Star Soy, forces her to move around. Turtle down to a third of its health, gets a reset.
Oh.
Gosh! Coming through, not Ayanaami down to her last HP bar. Backs off, fully reset Turtle. Ripe for Falcon Daisies taken.
All right, little gold lane action up to 1v1-2. The rest of the team duking it out for the Turtle. Gold laners are going for it, but off for everything. Star Soy will go ahead and secure the first turtle of the game for Falcon Daisies.
First turtle up, 3 minutes in. 1 death, all right? 1 kill for Falcon Daisies, and they're up by 1,000.
They're up by 1,000, man.
The map does not align with NAVI right now.
Yeah. At this point, it's still early, but a lead like this, a 1,000 gold lead at the 3-minute mark, is something that can snowball out of control, and that's not where you want to be if you're under with this kind of line. No, maybe, you know, maybe the Masha can deal with that too, because we have seen this before, Leo, where a Masha is picked up, and I know it's been some time, but a Masha's been picked up, and even if your team is losing, that threat of once you get some of the itemization built up, that thunderclap, that combo, that ability to be a threat in yourself, even if you're down, is something that will carry on into the late game.
And here's the thing, Joseph. If Falcons are a quad core setup,
yeah,
NAVI is triple core, and but that's just as bad.
Yeah.
If you're, especially if you're losing, if you're down 1K or there's nothing you're getting on the map, the fact that you have to farm up for your XP laner, your mid laner, and your gold laner, I'm thinking it might just be as bad.
Expensive.
Yeah, because Falcons are kind of at least snowballing.
Yeah. At that point too, you just, if it's too expensive, you know, you got to hope you can spread the wealth.
Yeah.
If you're NAVI Philippines,
you can't enjoy your investments if you can't afford it.
Yeah. And make sure you put some of that money away here for NAVI. On the right members too, but it could also just be a long-term investment, man. You know, one of those situations where you wait for that late game to get there, you wait for that potential because you already know that's going to be the case for the carry. And, you know, waiting for the Masha too is going to take some time. You can already see this focus down here on the bottom side. A couple shots with the Soul Sever will keep them at bay though.
Already an enchanted talisman for Ira. So the fact that not Ayanaami is just trying to farm up means Ira can get a little greedy. Don't invest in defensive items first. Go for the magic. Mirai gets flushed out of that Y-brush. Already has the shortcut. She can go ahead and pick up Rian if necessary. Turtle very low within retribution range. Thunderclap plus the gush. Heavy spin coming through. They trap Ira, but that might be the best target. Short already used up. Fatal links. They find NAVI. And in the back line, Rian in trouble. Keishi falls. Jay gets taken down by Rain. But Murray falls. 1 for 3 plus the turtle. Falcon Daisies, that's a bargain.
Hey, man, they got pretty much the best deal out of that one. Did you see the movement, too, coming out from Starsoy right when they tried to make a play on her? She just kind of dashed in, retrieved the turtle, secured that, went off from the fight, then joined it later on to come in with a Soul Sever. We're going to actually take a look at the replay. This is what I'm talking about. Nice movements there. Covering fire, too, from a Fu with the Mystic Gush right there. And then Starsoy comes back in after that Fatal Link setup, finds a stun, gets a couple damage with a Soul Sever, and forces Rian back. That was such a beautiful team fight from Falcon Daisies, and that has ballooned that 1K gold lead we talked about early on. It's compounded interest now, man. We've just fast forward about 5 years, they have a 4K lead.
You skip the broadcast for like 30 seconds, and then they get 3,000 gold.
We all wish our investments were like that.
Falcon Daisies seem to have cornered Navi once again. And here's the thing, Joseph. Here's why I'm so worried, all right? Yes, Navi invested in like, oh, we wait for the carry to come online. Wait for that Masha to, one-shot people. But when that happens, Falcons would have farmed up too.
Yeah.
That Claude would have been lethal. Afu would have built her Sky Piercer. Built 3, shortcut coming through. They find Afu. Rain scores 1. And now another Fatal Link coming through. But Jay gets taken down and Rian can walk back over. It's not Ainami uses a shortcut and yeets herself out of there.
Ooh, that was... that was a good play, a good move from Navi because they saw a moment to go ahead and crash down on Afu. And she even she burnt the flicker. She burnt the Mystic Gush, but she just got deleted so quick. And that's something that I want to see from Navi, man. Be a little more decisive when they have those opportunities to take them because they can't let things get snowballed out of control. That's a step in the right direction. This turtle is up. Last word of the game. Navi's in position, but you're going to see the swing forward now from Kiko. She wants to go ahead and join this fight. I'm not sure, too, if Navi just wants to continue to play slowly. It seems like, that seems to be the game plan with a chip. Maybe they're also just waiting because if they use a shortcut and they don't have the firepower, it's not going to work in their favor.
Mariah with a conceal. What's she looking for? Ira takes a few shots. Turtle very low, looking for the gush. Finding Keishi. Off camera, they got to push. Keishi secures the turtle, but gets taken down by Ira. This is a tough fight to be in. Ira flickers back. Light wheels coming in from Rian, and they back off. The flicker from Mirai to save herself. Navi happy with what they got. Nami repairing the situation up top.
Yeah.
Oh! Starsoy scores. Styling with that Sky Piercer. Jay wants more. Forces Rian and Rain underneath tier 2.
She's just being a threat. She didn't have Fatal Links. She's not going to go ahead and burn it. Didn't have the flicker after that last initiation, so... But Falcon Daisies off to, a dominating, I'd say, start into this game and mid-game.
Joseph, there will be a time where counting for Fatal Links doesn't make sense. Because, not yet. When she builds Fleeting Time. That's when your timing is off. It's like, wait, how many seconds has it been?
I mean, even at this point, man, the Fatal Links just seems to be kind of like a cherry on the top. They are really just kind of waiting for Navi Philippines maybe to get a little bit out of position and then punish, because you've seen the Fatal Links now when it has popped up, it's been pretty delayed. They've held on to it. It hasn't been something that they've had to rely on to set up right away.
It's not an initiation tool.
It's not. Chastised Pauldron will be one of the first items over here, and Afu picks up a Lightning Truncheon. So these kind of choke points that they're fighting around is still the power play for Falcon Daisies.
Oh,
they're up top. They're going to go for a stun here. Oh, she flickers.
Okay.
Nami will be all right. Battle spell down, though.
Better safe than sorry, but again, there's something up with Navi's play now.
Yeah.
Feels very reactive.
Yeah, feels a bit off from what we've seen before. And again, Navi has that identity, that DNA, that championship DNA on 3 of the members here. And the 2 that have stepped up, I mean, through their qualifiers, they pretty much had easy sailings up to this point in MWI. They weren't challenged too much, but now... Day 2, their next matchup here against Falcon Daisies, they've been challenged once again.
They are working for it. Navi are really working their way into this contest. Lord here at an 1/8 of its health, just under 9K. Keishi still waiting, looking for the headbutt. Starsoy still secures after the gush. In comes a shortcut. But Navi gets spotted. Kiko finds Mirai. The concealed by Jay. Looking for that post Lord take engagement. Checking the purple. Navi's lost too much already. Lord and a kill over the Daisies.
All right, now the Philippines backs against the wall already at this point. Gold deficit that they're working against, 6,000. Lord's going to be approaching the base here. And they have not had a team fight really go in their favor. That's one of the main points here. So now you have to think, can this team comp actually defend in a base? Now, the first Lord, yeah, they'll most likely get some damage done to the base turrets. Shields should go down. Because the way that this is playing out, the choreography here for the team fights is Falcon Daisies can kind of just pick who they want to go for. Pick with the initiation, the angle they want to go for, and that's what's working out so well for them. So Lord is finally going to approach here in the mid. Keishi's going to be pushed off. They're going to have to just wait for this next approach. You've got an off-angle push, though, from not Ayanami. Are they going to try to do something with the chip also? But the charge comes through. Shield pops. Look at the positioning from Mirai. Does she want to make a play? Do they want to make an attempt?
I'd rather not, since you're down 6K. That gold difference is palpable. You could taste the difference in your damage output at 6K, 7K.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. Unless, again, you're confirmed to only face off against 1 or 2 members. I don't know how Navi's going to do it, but maybe they can divide and conquer. If they can isolate 1 or 2 members,
yeah,
pick off, go from there, by all means. But for now, they need to get farm on Rian. They need to get farm on not Ayanami because she's been on the back foot. She's been using her extra life bars instead of as tools to use Thunderclap. Just ways to not die.
Just ways to not die. Basically, take the brunt of the damage, you know? Because someone's got to do it. You can even see her build here. She's got Blade of Pepsi's. She's got the Sea Halbert, working on her 3rd item. At least there's, you know, Rain's got a Sky Pierce, so she hasn't died. She's been relatively safe. But we're talking about a power spike that is miles away for Navi Philippines right now. Even with that pickup here by Rain, the Guardian Wings, it's just, they don't have enough firepower just yet. And I think this is exactly echoing what you mentioned earlier, Leo. It's expensive. This lineup's expensive. And if you don't hit it at the right marker, then you're in this position where you're just kind of delayed until you get to that point. You can see, you know, even Rian, she's got to be so careful on where she farms just because, again, she's on a carry. She's got to purify and pretty much a dash at this point.
Silver lining in the whole situation is Rian hasn't died. So that means despite Navi's struggles, they're protecting their gold lane investment pretty well.
Yeah.
Imagine if she died and then, you know, she gets picked off first. Fortunately, she is rocking a Purify alongside Rain, so I guess that's priority number 1 for Falcon Daisies. Pop that Purify. Starsoy and Kiko starting off the Lord. Dancing with it. Getting the Jiggy on, and it's a full reset.
Yeah, full reset. They're going to go ahead and keep not Ayanami up top. Again, they can do that with the chip. Bring her in if they can, but they might just have to watch this Lord get blitzed down.
I think it would be to their best interest unless Keishi looking for it. Goes for the heavy spin. No one home, a little too far. And now the bad they find Nafu! And they find Jay! 2 for 1 in Mirai. Blazing duet coming through for Kiko. She hurts. Keishi just barely gets away, but now Kiko, BMI forward. Down goes. Starsoy ends it. Quella!
The follow through and the layering there of the skills from Falcon Daisies. This Lord's going to go ahead and push into the mid turret. Traction pulse thrown out.
Ira gets punished. A stack for Rain.
Kiko.
And Kiko, that's another stack.
I don't know what happened.
They did not expect the damage out of Rain. That's 3 stacks.
That's 3 stacks in a matter of what? Less than a minute there off of that. Or no, yeah. My goodness, I wasn't expecting Falcon Daisies to overstep in that manner after that.
And here I thought it was Navi was sometimes overstepping.
Yeah.
That might have single-handedly bought back a little bit of the late game for Navi.
The threat now of having a couple more stacks on Rain is going to be the problem.
I'd say put her at 6.
Yeah.
You put that cap at 6, and then you have a little bit of burst out of not Ayanami. That's it.
Yeah.
You're eating good.
It would allow you enough time to go ahead and let Rian catch up here. Mind you, like you said, she hasn't died. She's been able to go ahead and continue to farm up. That's great. Not Ayanami has been putting pressure on the off angle. That tier 2 is almost down for Falcon Daisies. Uh-oh, Mirai.
Calls it in. There's a shortcut. The gosh, everyone inside it gets taken down. Tico with the blazing duet. Keishi isolating them, taking her down, but Rain gets shut down by Afu. And Rian, the last one standing, trying her darndest, gets taken down. The wipeout for Falcon Daisies.
They just made up for the blunder in the base about a minute ago. It was an attempt from Navi to keep Rihanna alive. She was moving around Murray and the rest of the team for Keishi, but it's just not enough. They're going to march into the base, and Falcon Daisies will take game number 1 in this elimination best of 3.
Match point for the pride of Myanmar. These ladies